Hello there and good day to you, my friends. So today we are actually going to be summoning what used to be a pay-only or trade-only dragon in the form of Redemption Malice, because this dragon for some reason was available inside the Dragon Rescue, and this guy is a 200 orb dragon, which means that to even summon the guy you had to do at least 2 legendary rescues, and that was hard work because my final rescue was against High Master Karma, which was not enjoyable whatsoever, but we've got him here. And the rescue was actually available for this dragon until not too long ago, but I believe that this has actually been removed from the rescue at this time. But we've had this happening a few times now in Dragon City, where we had Time Patrol, for example, that came into the Dragon Rescue and then left after a short amount of time. So I think from now on, it might actually be a really good idea to just save up as many keys as possible in case more of these legendary, mythical, or even VIP only, or other Divine Pass dragons end up coming out in the rescues, which, at this point I haven't seen anybody actually confirm that it is outright a bug or not, because this Redemption Malice dragon was in there for a few days there, definitely, so I would have thought that they would have fixed it well before that if it was actually a bug. But either way, I'm really happy to be able to pick up a dragon like this free to play without having to trade tons, so that was a really nice pickup, really. So definitely be on the lookout for things like that in the Dragon Rescue from now on, just in case. We do also have the QWEEN to be hatching here in the form of Potatorture. She has been sitting here for a few days now, but I can't do this dragon enough justice. She is just beautiful, and at the same time does have 2, well, even 3 really interesting elements, which is kind of interesting, but the entire concept of the dragon, absolute perfection is what she is. But Chaos, Earth, well, Chaos, Terror, Primal, and Magic is a really interesting set of elements. Of course, I don't really plan on using Potatorture because we've already got plenty of decent dragons that we can select from, like Karmas at this point. We've even got Corrupted Ice, which we could use. We've got a Perception now, so although our beautiful QWEEN here may not be used in our main team, I'm very happy to pick them up at the very least. This may actually be the only current event major award dragon I pick up, just because New Year's, things happened, okay, don't blame me. Things happen over New Year's, people get distracted, and by that I mean me. It is what it is, but at the same time, I am sort of interested for the events that are coming up for Maze, for example, because even though I've already got the Sky King, of course we can get flight stamps from this part of the Reborn Maze, and I think as a minimum I will definitely be trying to get these flight stamps if I need them to finish off the race, which normally they just make it much easier and allow you to get the rewards after the final dragon reward. But definitely worth picking up all of these flight stamps in the maze usually. And who knows, maybe we could get super lucky with a Gemtopia chest again. But there's just so many dragons to choose from. I'm probably not going to go for Captor Spine if we're going for the other stuff. But, there's lots of just regular key dragons. Like, look at this beautiful boy, Fool's Treasure. He's so cute. I love him so much. This is the worst part of maze events, picking which path you're actually going to go down. There's just so many options. It's too much. It's too much for my little tiny brain handle. But other thing that we've got going on at the moment is indeed hatching eggs, which is going to be super easy for us. Obviously, we just got a couple of eggs hatched then. Well, an egg hatched then. We will have all of these to hatch as well, but easiest way to do this hatching eggs quest for me with permanent speed up happy hour is simply like ward dragons, or any other dragon that's below a 12-hour timer. We can just repeatedly hatch those. So this one should be an easy peasy alliance chest, but I guess that's one of the benefits of being a free-to-play, getting such a beautiful privilege such as speed up happy hour, which honestly I do feel bad for everyone that doesn't have it yet. But in the meantime, I guess we will continue leveling up our Nessie High Toy Town Dragon and just doing our daily grinding. We do have the new arena now, which I have to say, getting used to this new arena is kind of interesting because the old arena, as far as I was aware, was sort of in place for a long while. But this new arena now, it's like you never know what to expect. And plus, every time you skip, you end up going against like level 70s. Which is very weird at my level because I'm so used to being able to one-shot pretty much everything. And then suddenly running into a bunch of level 70s is like, oh, Jesus, that's a bit too much for me at this point. You know, maybe soon we'll be able to get at least a level 65, and then I think at that point we should be okay to start taking on some level 70s, but definitely not with our team, not quite yet, anyway. But we'll get there, I'm sure we'll be fine. It's all Gucci over here for me, but I have to say that this current collection was kind of disappointing, even though I know that we can get up to 100, 100 heroic Joker orbs. It didn't seem like it was very doable to me, so I just sort of ignored this current musical collection. Maybe we could have done it, but it didn't seem like it at the time, so I gave up on that. I'm really, really interested to see what the next collection is going to be, though. But, you know, the only downside of these arena chests, these warrior chests, is that I've already got Higher Megas, don't I? No, I don't? I thought I did. But I'm pretty sure there's a way to breed at least one of these guys, so whenever we can breed it with, like, the Time Element Dragon, one of them, seems sort of pointless having them in here, but I haven't double-checked which one it is. So, maybe we'll be fine for now, getting some extra orbs. If we ever want to get some more orbs, I guess we could summon them or something, but oh well. For now, we continue on in our everyday arenas, which, again, it's just so strange going against high-level opponents once again. You know, I didn't expect to be running into opponents like this until way into Master Arena, but now we can just take on whoever the heck we want, really. And, like, right now, we are in a league that boosts Magic and Legend, but bans Time, which is lucky for me, because I don't have any Time. Woohoo! Whippy! And there we go, we get some more orbs for Higher Magus and Rhyme Magus, and then a couple of other dragons as well. But yeah, it's just very strange playing in these new arenas. I don't know if it's a good idea to get up to Masters and just try and grind it out as much as possible, because, like, even though these fights can be a bit tough, I at least know for the most part that we can pretty much destroy anyone that's here as long as, you know, we refresh once or twice, we'll be fine. But in Master, I imagine that we'd run into so many more level 70 teams, so I'm very tempted. I'm very tempted, but no, it's not a good idea. No, it's a terrible, terrible idea. You know, it's one of the things about being a frequent arena player that you have to be really, really mindful of, because you really don't want to be going up into Master Arena unless you are, like, fully ready and set, because you're gonna have an awful time otherwise. Like, I've heard the stories of those new players that just, they made it their duty to make it to Masters as quickly as possible, and then it's like, oh look, I can't do event quests anymore. Haha, that was very enjoyable. So that's what I've been trying to avoid for a long time. Of course, leagues, for the most part, might still be super easy, because, you know, that's just based on your dragon level, and if you haven't over-leveled as a player, you'll be fine. But Master Arena is, I don't know if I want to dare do it until I actually have my own set of level 70s, which will be many more months at this point. And we're not doing too bad at this point. If I go and check how much we actually have in a moment. I haven't really been playing this event, by the way. Don't worry about that. But, like, if I check our profile now, look, we've got level 60, 2 level 55s, a really decent level 50, Nessie's technically level 50. You know, we've got a lot of dragons going on now, a lot of options as well, and we've got a lot of unique elements that we can pick and choose from on our team as well. So I think we've done a good job of trying to be Especially if we have like Morpheus, Sinful, and High Toy Town. Like that is as many unique elements as you're gonna get, and so many ancient elements as well. Not saying it's the best team of all time, of course, but definitely an interesting team. And maybe one day we will take it to great heights. But you know, I did make the mistake of Nessie when I was really tired. I did intend to actually summon a Nessie, a High Toy Town duplicate, so that then we could do the summon, recall, empower. But I was very tired, and I just clicked the empower button. I know, I'm an idiot. I shouldn't have even gone near that empower button, really, but it's what I did, and now we're here. Don't be like me. You spend all of your time logging in for those heroic quests. You spend the food, you spend the resources, and then you don't even summon the duplicate. That's me. As soon as I pressed it, I was like, for balling High Toy Towns. It was an unenjoyable moment of DC, but I guess it could be worse, right? But yeah, I'm gonna see how much more currency we can collect, and then probably make a decision as to which path we're gonna go down here. You know, Ditlep and the other sites like that, they're not always completely reliable, I know, but they do a good job of at least giving you a good idea of what to expect in these events. Because, like, if I try and get one of these up, at least then we can have a rough idea of how much each of these maze paths might cost. Like, one of them might be completely off, for example, but like Green Mean, obviously they're all of the key dragons. Scout was the food dragon path, which is 7,800 apparently. And we've got Geoforce was 9,500, which is quite expensive. Sky King's only going to come to 5,000-ish, apparently. And normally I'll check Deep List as well for the same information, just to see if they are sharing in the same info or not. Which we can see Sky King's about 5,300 on here as well, so that's probably roughly correct. But if we do spend on Sky King, obviously we've got to take into account how much we can get. So Fool's Treasure, which is the other dragon that I really love, he's 4,955. So we'd be looking at like 10,000 currency to get at least both of those two. Which we should have enough very soon, according to those websites. But again, they're not always completely reliable, but a couple more days of resets and we'll have more than enough for that. So then we can just go with whatever crazy stuff we want. So it's possible, apparently. We'll see. I could just go for like black chests and things like that, but I just like the guaranteed flight stamps personally. But make your own choices as to what you want to go for in the Reborn Maze. It is one of the longer maze events, which means that you can get tons of stuff out of it. Basically, whatever the heck you want. The short maze events are the events that I don't like, because you can't really collect an excess of currency, and then you're kind of limited in what you can go for. But these long events, typically you can always, like, if you really want Cactus Spine and you want all the rewards from his path, which, you know, they seem okay, pretty decent, pretty standard for this, then you can do that. But I've got my heart set on what my heart's set on. So, I guess for now, that will do me for now. I'm not sure what the next rescue is that I'm going to do, but again, I'm pretty sure I'm going to save these keys from now on. You know, all of these suddenly popping up legendaries are really giving me incentive to just save these keys, because they take ages to save up to. So let's hope for some nice daily chests, and let's hope for some nice keys in that maze event as well, huh? But for now, I guess we will wait. We've got plenty of new dragons to get hatching soon, and I do wish you the best. And I hope that you got your hands on your own Redemption Malice dragon free-to-play as well. But, you know, I do love that this game just brings out these random pay-to-win dragons as free-to-play suddenly sometimes. You know, it's just nice to have it. Even though I'm probably never going to use it, it's just cool to have, you know.